Stay tuned for the biggest fish, the hottest bites, this week here on In-Depth Outdoors.
Got it.
Look at that. Wow, is that an incredible fish?
Got him.
All right.
Oh yeah. Quality Green Bay fish here.
We're headed to the best fisheries across the upper Midwest and Canada. We'll fish longer, explore unfished bodies of water, and go further off the beaten path in search of the hottest bites in fresh water.
Oh, look at that. What a specimen.
Here he comes, man. Get him.
What a fish.
This is In-Depth Outdoors.
Good morning, everyone. James Holst here with In-Depth Outdoors, and on today's episode, I'll be fishing with Calvin Svihel, In-Depth Outdoors Pro Staffer. And for those that feel that getting there is half the fun, we've got a really good show for you today because, all of our episodes involve a long truck ride. We're usually towing somewhere that requires a couple hours in the driver's seat. Today's show is no exception. We're traveling from Minneapolis, Minnesota, up to Wheeler's Point on the south shore of Lake of the Woods. But when we get there, our adventure is really only half started. We're going to take the snowmobiles off the trailers, load them up, and head out across the ice to our final destination, which is Sunset Lodge. Now, to get from where we park the truck up to Sunset involves a 35-mile snowmobile run. We start out across 4 Mile Bay, cross Pine Island, and from there it's just wide open Lake of the Woods for the next 45 minutes behind the handlebars of those snowmobiles. Now, once we get up there, the feel really changes. Many of you watching this program have fished Lake of the Woods. It's one of those destinations that just about all ice fishermen have enjoyed at one point or another, but the South Shore is completely different from the environment that you'll find up in the islands. The scenery is beautiful and really reminds me of almost like a remote wilderness fly-in trip more than what you're used to experiencing along that South Shore. So when we're up here in this area, this time of year, early ice, we expect to find a lot of active walleyes, shallow on rocky structure. And let me tell you, everything up here is rock. So I know we're gonna have a lot of opportunities to get on some great fish. Stick around, I think you're gonna enjoy this show.
Fish.
Hey! Better one?
Feels a little bit nicer. It's a walleye.
Nice, bud.
Ate that on that VMC rattle spoon. Just came in and ate it. Perfect. Lake of the Woods eater fish if you're into eating fish. And it's pretty cold out here right now, and I think we're gonna give this guy a free pass, and then later this afternoon hopefully we can pick up our eaters. Let this girl go. Woo! Get the gloves back on quick. It's chilly today. That fish just came right off the bottom. Shaboom! Right away. No messing around with it at all.
I love that.
Yeah. That's what you'll find up here with those, early fishing reefs.
Yep.
I mean, call it first ice or whatever, but we know we're up here in these islands. There's greater than 14, 15 inches of ice, but that's really first ice as we traveled up from the south end of the lake here.
Unpressured for probably about the last 6-8 weeks.
Absolutely.
Nobody's touched them.
And they're eating, they're feeding.
Well, I'm gonna give this this rip and wrap just maybe I'll give you a 3-fish head start, that's it. And then I'm gonna switch. It's been so long since we've been able to fish outside. It's been 2.5 weeks for me. Today, temperatures are low 20s. We got a decent wind with some snow. It feels downright balmy. I'm gonna probably shed the jacket here in a little bit, but definitely a lot more enjoyable than it's been from a weather standpoint. And I do think that this type of fishing, being able to get out, punch a bunch of holes and move around, definitely is more suitable for our style of fishing. Love to be able to punch a bunch of holes and earn all the fish we catch.
Another fish, 2 fish, 3 fish up high. It must be bait or something. You see them all on there?
You got another one working already?
There's 3, 4 of them.
Holy smokes.
But it looks small marks, look like bait.
Gotcha. I'm starting to think that a little rattle is good, a lot of rattle is too much. I got the rip and wrap on and I have not seen a fish yet. Doesn't mean it's a bad bait, it's just not the right bait for right now.
Fish up high. 2 fish, we got a little competition going here. It's cruising, Gonzo. Fish up higher, maybe this one will eat. What was like much of a strong mark, but it ate higher fish. Ah, James Holst special.
What the heck? That's a funny looking walleye.
It's a fat one. Look at how fat that fish is.
You should eat that.
I wonder why they get big muskies up here.
Yes, they do.
Have you ever seen a tule that fat? Or is that a
I'm not
whitey?
going to judge him or anything, but he is a little stout.
Yeah, belly.
Yeah, he's basically from nose to tail that fat. Way up off the bottom.
Yeah, no, that one came in about 4 foot off.
I'll be switching even though it was a tulipy.
Craftsmanship and precision are just words until you add driving passion and a knowledge of what defines rod building excellence. Tuned up custom rods are built with a perfect blend of rod balance and action, a truly custom experience achieved only with the highest quality materials, from the handle to the last guide and every thread wrap in between. It's these components, along with an attention to detail, that makes our custom ice rods a tuned up custom.
You know, we're not that far offshore from here. I mean, I'd say it's probably, it's a third of a mile maybe off ashore. Still fishing shoreline structure. That fish hit it before I even closed the bail. Just a little guy. Just a wee guy. That's not what we're looking for. But we've kind of got a plan here. We're going to start out fishing this. It's kind of like a rock finger. It's not directly connected to the shore, but it's got some nice tops to it in about 13 to 16 foot of water. And around those tops, it's a real steep break. And that's probably where we'll end up catching the fish right before dark. Middle of the day like this, we're out here in 23, 24 foot of water where the bottom kind of flattens out. It's still a hard bottom. We're still on like gravel, definitely not a soft bottom where you'd find mud, but it's just a real flat bottom where these fish are gonna mill around waiting for that peak time period before they'll move up into that shallower water. That fish obviously was not what we were looking for as far as size, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that we can stay out in the slightly deeper water here middle of the day and pick off some fish before they start to push shallow, when I do think things will really get tuned up. I mean, that's one of the wonderful things about coming up here in the angle, early ice. The fish feed very aggressively, and the bite windows are actually pretty long. Midwinter, you might only have 15 minutes on a lot of lakes to make hay, catch all your fish. I'm pretty sure that this afternoon we'll have an hour and a half where it's almost as fast as we're able to actually catch and release the fish.
There we go. Finally, I've been working this fish for a while out here deeper. Midday, these fish kind of turned a little bit lethargic and moved down into deeper water, 23, 24 feet off the reef we're fishing here. And this feels like a better fish than what we were catching earlier today. Those smaller ones, but I'm gonna get that transducer out. A lot more weight here. Just trying to catch these fish as they're about to move in for the feed tonight. So hopefully we can get in some more nice fish this afternoon yet before that happens. Come on, buddy. Here she comes. Oh yeah, nice fish. Look at that. Ate that VMC rattle spoon. Nice Lake of the Woods walleye. Just below that 19.5-inch slot that they have out here. What a beautiful fish. James, I think we're on the start of something here. Nicer fish, kind of moving out a little deeper here. If you're into eating fish, this is definitely going to be the one you're going to want to take home to the frying pan. Get this baby back and get down there. Thanks, sweetheart. And get back down there right away. I think we might be onto something here with this little bit of snow moving through and a little bit deeper water out here.
Well, here's what I like about this. Basically what we're fishing here is kind of like the basin behind Garden Island.
Right.
You know, once you get past Garden Island, things kind of open up, big expanse, and then the islands start. So we're basically between the islands in the northwest angle and Garden Island, and then we kind of work in that area in between. For the classic walleye fishermen, the guys that like to fish structure, this is the area for you. If it really bugs you to sit out there on the mud, or a slowly transitioning sand flat that just kind of slowly peters for miles, and that just makes you feel a little bit uneasy, you need to come up here and give this a shot, because it's just like what you're doing in the summer. You're using your electronics, you're using your mapping chips, you're finding structure, and you're locating that depth where the active fish are cruising. And we're going to have just a heyday here. I know we are.
Moving up on top of this reef as the sun gets lower. We're probably gonna have an earlier bite with the snow coming in, and it should only get better from here on out.
I never catch any fish sitting next to you, so I'm out of here.
Get out of here.
At Skeeter Boats, our passion for turning great ideas into even better fishing boats has produced an unmatched lineup of models intended to fit the way you fish. Like the WX series, designed to handle big water and tough conditions, including the new MX 1825. Built from the ground up to be the ultimate 18-foot fishing boat. And Skeeter Bass Boats, setting the standard for speed and fishability. Skeeter, engineered like no other.
StrikeMaster has redesigned ice drilling performance with their German-engineered solar-powered two-stroke augers. Ice fishing's fastest cutting augers, the 3-horsepower Laser Pro and 2.5-horsepower Laser Mag, don't just make a hole in the ice, they disintegrate it. Weighing 26 pounds, the 2.5 and 3 horsepower augers from StrikeMaster weigh less than most 2 horsepower augers from the competition. So if you want the lightest, most powerful two-stroke auger on the ice, it's time to go solo. This winter, VMC takes ice fishing by storm with the release of 5 new jigs and 4 new spoons. Based on innovative fish-catching designs, VMC spoons and jigs come in an array of ultra-glow colors and realistic natural patterns you need to be successful out on the ice. Forged from top-quality materials, all VMC jigs feature a 90-degree hook eye and VMC's unique power gap designed to greatly increase hooking percentage. Find VMC's line of ice tackle at all quality sporting goods stores and online at vmchooks.com.
Oh yeah, just coming into the sunset evening bite here, and I had a couple smaller fish just a moment ago, but this one's got a little bit more weight to it. It's not no world beater or nothing, but it's a beautiful Lake of the Woods walleye. Check that fish out. The golden color on that. This fish was caught on that VMC tumbler spoon. Beautiful slot fish that you could take home for the frying pan. Just getting into the late evening or late afternoon hours here, early evening. It's about prime time. I got another fish down here on my LX5. I'm gonna get after that one real quick. Pliers for these fish. There we go. There she goes. All right. Time to rebait real quick. Get back down there. These fish are starting to move on top of this reef right in front of me here, and I'm just sitting out in deeper water, about 21, 22 foot. This reef tops out at about 12 feet. And typical Lake of the Woods islands fishing. Find the reefs, fish the prime times, or early morning, late afternoons, and these fish will move up and feed.
Oh, there you go. Not the biggest fish in Lake of the Woods, let me tell you. If it is, I'm going home. There he is. Just a decent walleye. An eater. If we were in a fish keeping mood, he'd be just about perfect. I caught that one on a VMC rattle spoon. It's got a real nice thump to it. In this stained water, Lake of the Woods, you usually seem to do so much better if you fish a bait that's got a large profile or something that gives off a little vibration, and that rattle spoon does have a real nice rattle chamber to it. And I'm fishing UV green. Always seem to do real good on perch color, perch imitators up here, and that UV green with that good glow really helps in the stained water. I'm not keeping fish, so you are one lucky dude. Back you go.
There we go. I just made a switch over to a number 4 jigging rapple in the yellow perch. As you can see behind me, the sun is just starting to go down, and I think these bigger fish are starting to come in. We've been just catching a lot of smaller fish, but this one feels like it's got a little bit more size. Oh yeah. I mean, not huge, but it's definitely great table fare right there. That's what you're looking for to take home and eat. That one's about probably 14-inch fish. Just inhaled that jigging wrap right there. Tipped it with the minnow head. A couple big swoops of the rod tip and wham, inhaled it. Nice fish. If you were to eat them, these would be the perfect size to eat. But this one's gonna get a free pass tonight. The sun's setting behind me and I know there's bigger fish to come, and that's what I'm after right now, is to try to get a bigger one. So this guy's gonna get a free trip home. There we go. Nice fish though, great eater. There we go. Although it's not a huge bait, this jigging wrap is not something that's very big in size in nature, but it does a big swooping circle underneath the hole that it's going to make a lot of commotion down there, like a school of minnows or bait fish. These walleyes are coming in to feed on it pretty heavy.
God, it's gorgeous. Ooh-wee-haw. I love it when you can sit on a hole like this and catch 2, 3, 4 fish in a row. Temperature hasn't gone up near as much as we had wanted, but the wind has just stopped. So it is just gorgeous, comfortable out here. A little better fish. Still fishing that UV green rattle spoon. You know, one of the things that I love about these VMC rattle spoons, you know, they've got great paint, they got great hooks. They're just a lot cheaper than a lot of the other rattling spoons on the market. So when a northern pike comes by and bites me off, I don't get so bent out of shape about it. And they do work well. It's a pretty nice fish. Not quite what we're looking for as far as size, but we'll take every last one of them. All right, we're gonna let him go. Good go. All right, here's that spoon again. As the light starts to go down, it just seems to be brighter and brighter. That's got to help down there. You know, Lake of the Woods has got such low water clarity, and you start losing light levels like this. Every little thing helps, and of course that rattle doesn't hurt either. So when you come up here, think to yourself, big, large profile bait, something that's going to give off a lot of flash, move a lot of water to help the fish find it, or something that rattles.
Honda power and reliability have been combined with StrikeMaster's legendary ice cutting technology to produce the 35cc Honda Light. Powered by a powerful and efficient engine, the 35cc Honda Light offers first pull reliability and weighs in at a feather-light 23 pounds when equipped with an 8-inch laser auger. This winter, pick up a Honda 35cc Light from StrikeMaster, the most reliable and fastest cutting 4-stroke auger on the ice.
This is not the one that's going to keep me out after dark, Calvin. But it's a fish on the line. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah. Just one of those guys. This is the fish that we were catching when we left. And of course we come back and it just stands to reason that they'd still be here waiting for us. Clearly this spot is one where if you're looking for a meal, you really can't go wrong. That fish unhooked. Just a real nice fish. I'm gonna let him go pretty quick though. I don't want to damage him up at all. Cal's got the 3 he needs for fish tacos. Bye, buddy. And now I need a new minnow head. You know, I'm really digging this area. I haven't fished Lake of the Woods as much as I fished some bodies of water. Most of my time's been spent on that south shore. And what I really like about fishing up here is, you know, there is some pressure. I mean, you can look around, you can see an ice house here and there, but it's just a completely different feel, a completely different environment from what you pick up when you're fishing just on the other side of, you know, Pine Island. You know, up here it's more of that Canadian experience, although you do never leave U.S. territory. It's got that real Canadian pine tree, northern woods experience that I really, really enjoy. Now, there's 3 ways to get up here. You can snowmobile yourself like we did. You can drive yourself around and go through the northwest angle, which will take you into Canada briefly, and then you can actually drive across out of Young's Bay and go right to Sunset Lodge over an ice road. Or if you want to let somebody else do the driving, you can call Sunset Lodge and they'll pick you up on the south shore in their bombardiers and drive you back. So there's no reason for anybody to think that, well, I can't do that trip because I don't have snowmobiles. There's a number of different ways to get up here. As long as you've got the desire, where there's a will, there's a way. And I need a minnow head. Oh, fish on. Oh, you didn't catch my fish again, did you?
I think I might have got his twin brother or sister.
Nope, that one's bigger. Unless it grew from my hole to yours.
Another nice, great eater if you're in the mood to eat. It's what people come up here for. These tasty fillets just like this one right here. Off to live another day. Thank you. There she goes. Another minnow head. We got a little bit of sun left. Just maybe Grandpa or Grandma will show up and we'll get her.
You know, I've been blessed to catch a bunch of big fish up here, but in the last couple trips, it's been more of a numbers thing for me.
There we go. Oh yeah, this one's got a little bit better weight compared to what, wow, he's right there right away. Look at that. That's much better than what we've been catching all day. This is probably a 17, 18-inch fish up here, south of Oak Island up here, Lake of the Woods. VMC perch rattle spoon, but prime time bite here. I'm gonna get this fish back as soon as I possibly can. Pretty cold out right now, so this girl's gonna go back down. Thank you, sweetheart. Just get baited up quick and get back down.
There you go. Looks like a pretty good fish, bud.
Better one?
It ain't bad. Just lined up like that. You know, when they come up off the bottom, they're just that big red mark.
That looks good.
I'd love to say I only do big fish, but you know better. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're not.
What we were catching earlier, that fish would have been up here by now.
Oh, no doubt
You
about
got
it.
a little bit more weight on you here.
Oh, I can just feel it. So much more. I can hear it in the ice is cracking off the blank of the rod.
Sure. Sun is set, so.
Gotta go back reeling here just a little bit. Come on, sweetheart.
Top it pretty good though?
Oh, just crushed it.
I can hear it ticking on the ice. We got some big head shakes.
This is where they usually get lost if they're gonna get away.
See it. There you go.
We're going after it.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
Oh, that's more. Yeah. All right,
Look
bud.
at that one.
That one will work.
Right in the snoot.
Oh, see, he's kind of wrapped up in the barb there just a little bit, but yeah, that's a dandy fish. We'll take that all day and twice on Sunday.
Absolutely. Need one or you got it?
Well, he's not hooked very good, but if you'll pop him off there, that'd be great.
Maybe.
Maybe, just maybe.
There we go.
Well, now that's what we're talking about right there.
That's a great fish.
Absolutely, anywhere. It's not a 30-incher, but
No.
boy, I tell you what, it puts a smile on this cat's face. It's pretty windy out here yet. You know, got a little bit of a breeze. You can just see that ice start to form, so I really want to get that fish back quick.
Absolutely.
Such a beautiful fish. See you later, sweetheart. Oh, I'm gonna need to warm up my hands after that one.
Yeah.
Not that he's gonna be huge. He isn't.
Another one for the pan if a guy was keeping them.
I'm glad I'm not cleaning the fish we caught today. No, my point being, with the light levels kind of going the way they're going, I think it's time to close the show. It's been awesome fishing with you. I don't want to interrupt what you're doing there, but
That was a lot of fun. From the snowmobile ride up from the south end to the fantastic accommodations we had at Sunset this today, and it's just
can't say enough about the accommodations and the experience.
right. It was definitely fun and definitely something I'll be back to do again.
Absolutely. Well, you know, here's the thing that when we were talking to Mitch, one of the co-owners of Sunset Lodge, he said there's, you know, 2 awesome times if you want to come walleye fishing to come up to Sunset Lodge, and that's early ice like we are now. Obviously, the number of fish caught speaks for itself. And the other time is late ice, March, you know, because Lake of the Woods, the seasons are different than what we have down in, you know, the rest of Minnesota. So you can come up here after the regular walleye season closes and get back out on these same spots, these reefs, these humps that are just, you know, right off the edges of the islands, and catch these fish again in huge numbers, and a lot more big fish as well, I'm told. So there's a lot going on up here. You know, Cal and I got to experience it for the first time. Anybody interested in more of that, you know, Canadian flavor style ice fishing trip without ever actually having to go into Canada, this is a great option for you. So from Cal and I, we really want to thank you for watching today's show, and we'll see you next week. Where we're going to be, I have no clue. That's kind of been the way it's been going this year. We have no idea where we're going next, but we know we're going to be going somewhere.
Somewhere quick, yeah.
All right, see everybody next week. I think I got one more fish in me.
For more info on the latest fish reports, gear recommendations, and hottest techniques, connect with us online at indepthoutdoors.com or follow us on Facebook at In-Depth Outdoors. And if you enjoyed today's show, be sure to let our sponsors know.